All right, we're going to talk about asking the wrong questions. There's a certain ache that comes when we don't understand God's timing. Maybe we've prayed for healing and the sickness lingers. Maybe you've asked God to bring your child back to the faith and every year feels like another mile further away. Maybe you've waited for a financial breakthrough, for the right relationship, and clarity for what you're called to do, and the silence feels deafening. In those moments, our prayers almost boil down to the same question. Lord, when? When will you answer this? When was this going to happen? When? That question comes from the very human place, a place of pain, longing, sometimes even desperation. But here's the struggle. When we obsess over when, we miss the opportunity to live in what now. That's a fascinating thing. What now? Isn't that where we get stuck at? We get stuck at when. Like last week we were waiting. This week we're asking the right questions. Instead of asking when, we should be asking, what are we doing now? But when we're praying, we're always asking, when are you going to do this, Lord? When are you going to do this? But we should be asking, what am I supposed to be doing now? While I'm waiting, as we talked about last week, to do this. So we're going to try to change our mindset a little bit. We want certainty. We want closure. We want a calendar date circled so that we can finally breathe. You know, like you have a God calendar hanging on the wall, and every time you pray, he'd write it on the calendar. Hey, you'll get healed. Your financial blessing will be this. The door will be opened here, and it's circled, and you'll know. September 14th, that's when that's happening. But he doesn't work that way. And the disciples found that out at a very important time. This is one of the last things he answered one of their last questions. But God is not bound by our calendars. His purposes are higher than our schedules, and His wisdom often asks us to trust Him when all we want is to be in control. So is possibly us asking when more to do with we want control than trusting Him with the outcome.